Yeah. I find who I give you what you need. I know what you like.
Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of
Life be life in.
the podcast.
Yay.
So we're really excited today because today's topic is like all about health, wellness, and the physical, the mental, the spiritual growth. And who
Mm-hmm.
else to invite to talk to us than Houston's finest,
Finest.
Houston's baddest, the one and only Atare. So what's
Yay.
up? What's up? Thank you
What up,
for
what up, what up, what up, what up?
Thank you for joining us today. It was very short
On short
notice.
notice.
Really just talking to him yesterday on the phone, and I was like, "Oh my God, you'd be like the perfect person for this podcast." So we're really excited that you're here. So tell us a little bit about you, who you are,
Mm-hmm.
what you
What
do,
you do.
all the great things you do here, and give us a little tea about you.
Gotcha. I almost broke this damn mic. But yeah, first of all, thank you guys for having me on the show. Like you said, in very short notice. It was cool. Always a little opportunity to talk about fitness because I can talk about it forever and talk you to death about it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a little bit about myself. I am a full-time fitness coach. My primary service is on online,
Mm-hmm.
which you receive in an app. I got signed by a company called Linus, and
Oh,
they're out of
nice.
Orange County, actually from Denmark, but they just open shop
In the
in
U.S.
the U.S. Yeah, and I was one of their first coaches in the U.S.
Hey.
How's that
It's
going?
really cool because they really have helped to scale my online presence and by creating an app with the meal plans and a platform for me to upload my workout videos
Oh,
and to
nice.
be able to then
Fire.
seamlessly have my clients just download the app and look at their workouts. You can see the videos, you can see the meal plan with recipes, instructions. You can chat with me on there.
Mm-hmm.
So it really helped me to be able to focus on other things and to be able to travel more and go to
Awesome.
clients in different cities and stuff like that. So that's been really cool.
One thing I love about you is that like you have a brand. Like everybody that knows you for fitness. Before I actually met you, I already saw your Instagram on like fitness. And then I remember when I first moved here and I was asking people, they're like, "Yeah, this guy Atari, go to his boot camp, go to his this."
Yeah.
And honestly, like everybody knows you for your brand. Like you're very good at like curating your brand to be
Mm-hmm.
who you are,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is awesome.
Thank you, thank
what
you.
what inspired that? Because I'm trying to build a brand. So like how do you make yourself the brand?
Mm-hmm.
So because even though you're part of like different groups of fitness, but everybody knows you as like the guru for fitness.
Well, yeah, thanks. um, well, I think it happened by accident as well
Mm-hmm.
because when I got into, I kind of took the hard route into fitness, which is actually losing the weight, right? And going through a major transformation process myself.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did that, I wasn't planning to be a trainer at all. Like if
Mm.
anybody had told me that I was going to be a trainer, I wouldn't even have thought about it. Yes, I was enthusiastic about fitness. I played, high school sports. I love basketball. I would work out every now and then. I remember even being younger, my dad would take us to go play soccer in the national stadium in Lagos, and we would go run and all that. But I never ever imagined being a trainer. So having gone through the process myself, and people seeing that I lost 100 pounds,
Yeah.
Wow.
um,
Wow.
yeah,
I mean, you're not far off. You're 70, so
Yeah.
you
But
that's
close.
still
amazing.
But
100,
we'll get
That's
into
amazing.
it. We'll get into it.
And people seeing that um, kind of already put me out there even before I became a trainer.
Mm-hmm.
Because people were like people were able to see it, and because of Instagram I was able to document the process
Mm-hmm.
to a good
Awesome.
extent, and people seeing that, and then me just kind of maintaining that fitness brand, making sure that I'm always posting my workouts on Instagram, making sure that I'm posting my meal plans, posting just valuable posts
Mm-hmm.
that help people who are either in the same
On their
position
journey.
or who are just trying to get fit to see the same thing. I think just by continually living what you're trying to sell,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
become that brand
That makes
without even thinking about it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. Because it's funny, even myself, like when I'm trying to like lose weight, what I do is I always go for the before and after picture people than the
Mm-hmm.
people that are already like already have muscles and they're like, go to the gym, do 20 burpees. I'm like, please, 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 please. You're just doing what Instagram tells you to do.
Right.
But really and truly, when you see people's before and afters, that's when you're even more encouraged because you've seen like they did it. So then you can also do it. So to kind of segue into it, something I found online that I thought was very interesting was that they said, "Did you know the two biggest cons of adulting is paying bills and health issues?"
Huh.
Like those are actually the
I can
two.
agree
You
with
can agree
that.
to
I can
that.
see that. I could see that.
Me, I
I
agree
could
to
see
paying
that.
bills and health issues because as I got
I could
older,
see that.
I'm like fitness is important, mental health is important. Like I'm seeing
Yes.
how important those things are, and
Mm-hmm.
then how bills are just never ending.
Yeah.
Like you can't run away from it. Even when you say, "Oh, I don't want to pay rent, I want to buy a house," but you got mortgage, you got
Mm-hmm.
property taxes. It's like it
That's
just
a fact.
never ends, you know.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
So another thing is like many adults struggle to implement healthy lifestyles,
Mm-hmm.
and what are your thoughts on, so in my thoughts is that adults we get tired, as well as
Yeah.
adults we get tired, so that's why like implementing those healthy lifestyles are always a struggle. Like people go to the gym like 2 hours every day for 5 days a week. That's a lot, right? And then also they tell you you need to meditate, you need to
Right.
do this, then
Right.
you have to read your
Right.
Bible, you have to go to
Right.
church.
Right.
It's a
Right.
lot going on from like an adulting lifestyle, right? You already have so many things going on plus doing this just to be sane. I guess my question is like, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Because really quickly, back talk. When I was younger, I was slimmer, right? I was small, I was tiny. In fact, everybody used to call me Stegomaya Mosquito. I was really, really skinny, no ass, no front, nothing. And I think the reason I was able to maintain that back then was because as kids, what did we do?
We used to
We used to
run.
run around the house, play games, run, run, run. Then I got into college and we just used to party. And partying back then, I think we're all in the same age group. So partying back
Was
then was not
burning
like
calories.
how partying is now in this
That's a
generation.
fact.
We used to sweat. Like you
Yep.
go in, you get your dubs in, you dancing, you will come out, your weed is stretched,
Sweating.
your outfit is like how people look when they come out from the gym is what we used to look like back then when we came out of
Yeah.
the
That's
clubs,
a
right?
fact.
And then when you get into this adulting phase, you notice you're becoming more of a homebody where
Uh
you are
huh.
more home.
Mm-hmm.
You go for
Sedentary.
brunches, you go for,
Yeah.
like sitting down eating. You're not really doing anything active.
Tired.
And that's when this weight gain happens, right? Adults, I think we call it the adult
Adult
15, right?
15.
When you
Yeah.
gain so much weight. I mean, mine was like adult 45.
Freshman
Like
15.
yeah, like freshman 15. So like what's your thought on it actually? Like do you get a lot of clients that struggle with that adulting weight gain?
Did you want to go first?
Okay, sure. So for me, as a client of a like I have a trainer, so as a client, right? I I think you have to be like mentally ready to discipline yourself to go through that fitness journey. We've spoken so much about it, and I told you that I had gone through so many fad diets and it didn't work out. And I was only doing it because I'll go home and be like, they'll be like, Muripa, you've gained weight. But people tell you gain weight, so that you use that and you're like, damn, I gotta lose weight. So you go on that fat diet. But it wasn't until like for me, it wasn't until like last year where I was mentally
I
ready.
was
I
gonna
had to
say what
discipline
broke the
myself.
what broke the camel's back that made you say, you know what, F it, I'm
So
gonna do it.
I had gone like I had runner's knee. So I had gone to the hospital and the doctor was like I needed to go through physio. If not, I was gonna have to do knee replacement surgery. I was not ready to go through knee replacement surgery. I can barely stand blood, not to even talk of going through the whole recovery phase. So I ended up having to, even when I was going through the entire physio phase, it was more of like it was a struggle for me.
Yeah.
But it got to a point where I was just like, you know what, fuck it. It's only a certain period of time that I'm going to like go through this. So I'm going to go hard for like the rest of the year and then come back and then just get and build my lifestyle
Right.
around that. So
Yeah.
that has worked for me so far. I lost 70 pounds
Whew.
Nice.
and
I know, right?
yeah, I do want to lose another 30, hopefully. But that's the hardest part. So ever since I lost that 70 pounds, I've just kind of like chilled and just kind of like maintained a healthier lifestyle in terms of like making sure that I go to the gym and put in my hours. You know, I still eat regular, but I'm more conscious. So my relationship with food has improved. Um, Even like I don't cut up, I still eat my junk food. Like there's certain times where I still want my donuts, I still want my cake. Oh no, Atare.
Oh hell
Oh
Sad,
no!
hell
sad.
no, Atare.
Put your phone on mute, sir.
So but
But since you've been here, honestly, even though we've been eating out of control, kind of eat like we've been going out to eat a lot, but you've also managed your quantity. Like you don't eat because even I eat more than you. I'm like, she's like, oh, I made chicken wings. I'm like 10, please. She's like, I'll just have two. I'm like, wait, what?
yeah, I mean, when my trainer called me to give me that reality check, I had to get back on track because he had called me and was like, "Okay." So
How has
before
it
I
been? How
came
has it
over,
been?
before I came, he had shared a workout plan with me. I was like, "Okay, I could do this over the holidays, right?" And Lord knows, I have not been consistent. So he gave me
she's
that
been she's
reality
been
check.
Houston brunching,
I swear to God.
restaurant hopping.
So he gave me that reality check, and like I've just kind of put myself, like I just told her, I was like, yeah, I got to go to the gym later this evening to do a bit of running, right? And then just make sure that I maintain my cardio so that by the time I go back home and I'm ready to hit the gym again, I am not struggling.
Yeah, yeah. So what's yours, Atari, in terms of like you also lost a lot of weight. Like how what was that mental drive that got you to that point of like, you know what, I'm going to do this?
Yeah, it was a similar situation with her. As far as what the trigger was, which was I went to the doctor for a regular, like yearly checkup, and when I got into, they take your weight and your blood pressure first before you even get in there. So when I got into the doctor's office, when he walked in, the first thing he talked about was my weight,
Mm.
and then the second thing, first thing he talked about was my blood pressure, and then the second thing he
Mm.
talked about was my weight. I think I was about 300 pounds or 320. I was about 320 at that time, which is like my biggest. So my blood pressure is pretty high, and as black people, more than likely he probably runs in your family already, just because we're predisposed to that, and so it does actually run in my family, mom, grandmom, aunts, and once he mentioned that, that's when I started to take it seriously. But the idea is that it doesn't just happen from one thing. There's usually a buildup,
Yeah.
and then a trigger, and then
Yeah.
it happens. And also, I think a very big factor is just being prepared and being. They say preparation plus was it luck?
Preparation and luck. Preparation plus luck meets opportunity or something like that.
Preparation and opportunity. So if you're prepared, preparation and opportunity. If you're
Yeah.
prepared and then you find the right opportunity to do it, that's when you end up doing something.
Yeah.
But the
Mm.
important part is that you were prepared,
Prepared to
Yeah.
and then
do
that
it.
opportunity then came about.
Yeah.
So in my mind, all the years growing up, I think was all part of the journey. All the time that I was chubby and everyone was making fun of me and laughing and calling me names
Oh wow.
and to
Body shaming.
yeah, body shaming, which I never really had a big issue with, like psychologically,
Yeah.
never really affected me. Um, I'm a Capricorn, so they say like
Oh, hey, Capricorn. You're both Capricorns. Funny enough, Leos and Capricorns are like best friends.
They get along
signs.
perfectly.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
so they say like us like we're motivated by those things as opposed to like
Yeah.
they say other people's revenge is like fighting or getting mad. Our revenge is like being successful and
Yeah,
Uh,
really and truly, that's what it is. Because when I had gone through it, and like it made me more confident because I was already confident, but it just made me more confident. So when people saw me, I was like, yeah,
yeah.
I look good.
And
I know, and
so
there's nothing you can tell me
and
about
so it was a
it.
build up. And I always talk about right before that's the summer that I first started, like the 6 months to a year before that. I stayed in a dorm, and in that dorm at U of H, not a
Mhm.
dorm, man, it was housing. It's called Calhoun Lofts, I think.
Mm.
The way they had it set up, the closet had a mirror on it. It was a mirror closet.
Yeah,
And the way my bed was set up, when I get off from my bed, first thing I see is
Is
the
your,
mirror.
yeah, yourself.
yeah,
And so back then, especially because I was bigger as well, I never slept with a shirt on because I was hot. I used to sleep with a shirt off. So for like a good period of time, when I would wake up, the first thing I would do was like a ritual. First thing I would do is look at myself in the mirror, literally just grab all my fat and just look at myself like,
In disgust or what?
kind of, sort of in disgust.
You know, I did that
Literally in
too.
Oh,
disgust.
really? I did that too, and
Yeah,
I got
I
a little
did
bit
that
of body
too.
fat.
Like, I
Literally in
had a
disgust.
mirror.
I was body shaming
Yeah.
myself. I was like looking at myself like, hey, look, this is you. Like, you realize this is you, right?
Yeah.
And I was doing that like every morning, every
Mhm.
morning, every
Wow.
morning. So there should be a build up to the point where you feel like I don't want to do this anymore.
Mm.
When you're
Mhm.
comfortable in your skin and you're good, you're out there, you're getting chose, you're doing your thing, no major issues, like you'll be fine. But until you get to that point where you feel like, okay, I gotta get rid of this, you're
Mhm.
probably not gonna do this. And the opportunity came for me when I had an offer to go do an internship in DC for 3 months. I also had an opportunity to work with the mayor's office in Houston, paid opportunity for three
Oh,
months.
Nice.
nice.
So I had to
Yeah.
ponder about it and make a decision within like a week. When I thought about it, I said, I think I want to leave because it was a broadcast journalism thing
Mhm.
and it came with an internship, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the main reason why I left is because I knew I needed to get away from the distraction.
Yeah.
I was like, I was ready. And I was like, I think this is the opportunity
Wow.
to just get away from everything.
Preparation
Like
and
you said, you came to Houston
opportunity.
and what you started
Yeah.
doing brunching, right?
Yeah.
Like Houston is a distraction. And it was my comfort zone.
Yeah.
My whole
Exactly.
family lived here. My sister was here.
Okay.
So that Niger food was
Jollof
fluid.
rice,
Was
you know, your friends are like, where you at?
Like-
Hey, pull up to this, pull up to that. Hookah, drinks, blah, blah. I never smoke hookah.
And
But
there's an event every
drinks,
time.
food.
Yeah.
Every time you hang out with your friend, it involves drinks and food.
Yeah.
So I went to DC. I didn't know anybody there.
Mhm.
I was there for 3 months. I had come across P90X, which is a 3-month program.
I know
Yeah.
P90. That's
Literally.
intense.
This is how old I am. Came across P90X, and I was like, it's 90 days. I'm gonna go do it for those 3 months that I'm there. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to do a no carb diet. And
Wow.
and
No
Oh
carbs.
wow.
No carb,
How's
zero.
a no carb diet
Zero.
thing?
Zero.
That really
And
I almost fainted.
and I
How
said,
is
I'm
it?
just gonna go for it, and whatever happens, happens. We'll see what happens. And in those 3 months, I lost 50 pounds.
Wow. So do you think carbs is really the devil?
No. So here's the thing. I was 320 pounds. I needed to lose weight. My blood pressure was high. I
Mhm.
was having health issues. I knew I needed to come off the weight. I was
Yeah.
having confidence issues. The clothes I wanted to wear weren't fitting me.
Mhm.
Mm.
Always liked fashion. I always liked to wear
Mhm.
skinny jeans and fitted stuff. So there were a lot of reasons for me to do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the no carb diet for me worked because I had a lot of weight to lose.
Yeah.
So it's almost like just do it to like reduce fast, see results, and
I mean, they say
then
that the bigger you are, the faster it is for you to
because
lose
after I
weight.
lose those 50 pounds in 3 months, the next 50 pounds for me to actually get to a body type where I actually had abs and muscle tone and everything, that took like another year.
Yeah.
oh wow. So
Yeah, the more you have, the more you. So the no carb thing works, but I think it's a diet that should be used as a manipulation, not necessarily something to live on. But people are doing the keto thing. This was before the whole keto fad. This was back when it was still called Atkins.
oh yeah, I remember that.
Keto is a high fat thing. I didn't do a high fat thing. I did high veggies.
Yeah.
I never understood keto though, because I was like, I'm gonna have to eat that much bacon. It just didn't seem healthy to me.
Or like, they'll be like
I was like, nah.
butter
I mean,
and
my-
coffee,
My sister, my immediate younger sister, she also lost weight. I mean, we went through, so we're big in my family. My dad, primarily for my dad is huge. My dad is like 6'4", something, 300, 300 and something pounds. Yeah.
But he's
And
also
he-
lost a lot of weight.
Yeah,
too.
he's also lost a lot of weight this past year, right?
Looking
And
good.
yeah, and my sister too, she's also lost a lot of weight, but she started her own weight loss journey by taking protein shakes. She went on a
So
protein
it's
diet
one of
for
those
like 3
no,
months
one of those
straight.
meal
Yeah.
replacement protein shakes.
Yeah.
So it's like
Herbalife type deal?
yeah, but then it's
Yeah.
called Exante.
Exante, yeah. So she started with it, and then she
You lost a bunch of weight.
she lost a whole
Yeah.
lot, like over 20, 30 kg, and then
Wow.
now she just goes to the gym now just to maintain her diet.
Wow.
I mean, her relationship with food is amazing.
I was gonna say she. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. she also said, she did say that like her mentality, she changed her mentality towards
With
food.
food,
So she started
yeah,
like trying to convince herself that certain foods were just like disgusting to her, and then she
yes,
wouldn't eat it.
yes. So even
So it's
now,
like
she
almost
still
like saying
does
like
that.
jollof rice, ew, I don't want to eat jollof rice. Jollof rice is just
And
not
this
for
girl
me.
loves jollof rice.
Yeah, so she had to change that her perspective on food in order to get that. But really quick, so I had a similar situation, right, where I went to the doctor and then they started telling, I mean, to be fair, in Houston I gained weight. So like from when I got here, maybe like at least 20,
I mean, you
30
told me
pounds.
everybody gains weight when they move to
Everybody gains
Houston.
weight because there's just so many places to eat, so many restaurants to try, and the food here be really
I'm
good.
still I can
so
attest to
so
that.
when I went to the hospital, they told me same thing, like, oh, you need to be careful, you're I think at that point I was like 175 pounds, which is the biggest I've ever been. And I
Hmm.
started to get really uncomfortable with
With
like my,
yourself.
like even my clothes. Like I was ordering like a large. My sister started laughing at me. She'll be like, "Boy, you're ordering large." I'm like, "No, it's a large." Because I couldn't, almost like I couldn't even go shopping because I was like, how can I press L in my car, And so after all that, I kind of felt very uncomfortable, and I was just like, okay, you know what? I really need to get back into the swing of things because it's not that I don't work out, I do, but then you know how they tell you do 30 minutes 2 days a week to maintain. So sometimes I
Did the
do
bare
that.
minimum.
And sometimes life be lifing, like
30
work.
minutes, 2 days a week. Who told you that life?
I don't know. I've been reading
That's
things
the
online.
minimum.
But
Let me just sit
and
on
then
that one.
also life be lifing, right? Where like there's just so much going on that like I
Hmm.
like work, or work, side hustle, whatever. Like you just have so much going on that like for some reason it seems like I always not prioritize health, but
Hmm.
instead prioritize everything else, because you prioritize making money, you
Hmm.
prioritize all
Yeah.
those other things or whatever. So I think for me as an adult, one of my biggest blockers for that is just thinking like I can freestyle my day, right? Okay, I'll do
Hmm.
this, and then I'll go to the gym after. But by the time I do this, I'm tired, and then I end up like, I'll go tomorrow, and then tomorrow same thing. Do you think like what do you think as a like, do you think having a routine, like actually like planning your mornings or having an evening routine, is what really helps people stay focused in that, putting health first? Or like what worked? Both of you have done it, so like what worked for you both?
So for me,
How did
right?
you prioritize your
Yeah,
health?
so for me, right, I realized that for me to actually achieve what I wanted to do in terms of losing weight, I needed to be like disciplined about it. So one of the things I knew I lacked was discipline in my scheduling, in my like I used to, there are times where you call me, I'd be like, let's just go with the flow. Like I was always like, let's just go with the flow kind of person. But one of the things I changed for a fact, like I made sure I changed, was that 5 a.m. I'm up.
Yes.
From 5 to like 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm in the gym and
Yep.
I'm breaking sweats. Like even the guys at the
Nice.
gym will be like, "Mo, calm down now.
No,
Like, what are you training
honestly, when
for?"
I went to Nigeria, I went to Nigeria for 5 weeks. So I stayed with her,
Yeah.
and every 5 o'clock in the morning she'll wake me up. Oh yeah, gym time.
But yo, now trying
and
to change
and
my mind. I'm
and
like, "Do you have to go
literally
today?"
and literally we would spend 2 hours. I don't think in my life I've ever spent more than an hour at a gym. I'll be clocking it like 30
Yeah.
minutes, 1 hour, 2.5 hours we spent at the gym every day. Then she'll come back, shower, change, go to work. Mind you, I was working American hours, so I would knock out and then go to work. But like, I don't know how she did it, but it was a routine, right? That really
Yeah.
helped you to stay disciplined.
Yeah, yeah. It was one of I can tell you, like for me, like I really fell in love with gymming because I've always been active. So it was very good for me to put my energy somewhere. So it kind of like helped me balance out, because they say like with gymming you can't do night and day. So I've always been very nocturnal in terms of like stepping out. But like when I started working out, it helped me balance a lot of things in life, and the gym helped me focus. It helped me incorporate discipline into my life. So it really worked out for me, and it's something
Mm,
that like I don't think I can give up anytime soon. So
awesome.
even if I go to the gym, even if I'm tired, I just tell my trainer, I'm like, yeah, Wilson, I'm tired. And he now works around that, or I just take time off. So even at the beginning of the year, he shared the year's program with me, where we're gonna go deep, we're gonna go hard this certain months, and then this certain months is like break and all that.
I love when personal trainers actually do No, well, actually, because you're also in a group training as well, so it's not even like it's just you, but he still makes you feel very
Yeah,
like.
so he singled me out primarily because he could see that I was dedicated. And then one of the things I discovered, especially through working out, is that like you can pay for the trainer. Your trainer, there's only so much your trainer can actually do to motivate you as like a gym member. If you're not ready, like he will motivate you, he will do his job, you're paying him. So you have two options: either get your money's worth, and Wilson will tell you, smile. He will tell you while you're working out, you should smile. He'll say cheese, and he'll tell you to get your money up, like get your like get what you're
Use your
paying for.
money, yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
must be really difficult for fitness trainers. Atari, maybe you can talk on this, but like when you have people that are actually motivated to lose weight, can you tell the difference from someone who is like, I want to lose weight, I'll pay for it, but then every morning is like they need pep talks? That must be annoying.
Well, I want to touch a little bit on the previous
Question.
question about
Routines.
like routines and stuff. And when I lost my 50 pounds, I had like a couple of techniques. I had
Mm.
like ultimatums that I made for myself. Just like you were saying, your friend made herself hate food that she likes. One, I did a no carb thing, right? And I made that a thing. Even when I cheated, my cheat meal, I would go to like Buffalo Wild Wings and get wings and celery and
Which is still
carrot,
protein.
which still goes within
high
the high protein,
protein.
low carb
Yeah.
thing. But two things I did, and every time I tell the story, people think I'm crazy. One, I would strategically wear workout clothes like to go to bed.
Interesting.
Because when you wake up, it reduces your excuses.
Laziness.
You
Yeah.
have to just put on your socks and your shoes and go. Another rule I had was I wasn't allowed to put my clothes in the laundry until I've sweated it out. So let's say
Mm,
I wore the workout clothes and I didn't work out, I would put it up like on the chair somewhere where I could see it. When I get back, as soon as I get back, I put on those clothes again,
that's
and I would
mental.
work
Yeah.
out in it.
Yeah.
And I can't. To me, I was like, what am I washing it for if I haven't sweated
If
it
it's
out?
a sweater,
But that was just
yeah.
my mentality.
Yeah.
The
So you
third thing I did, and this is when people were like, "Oh, that's disgusting," but I'm just like, "Well, it was what I
It
did."
is what it is.
I wouldn't shower if I haven't sweated. I wasn't allowed
damn.
to shower if I hadn't
I
sweated.
wanted to be like, it's cool. I was like, yeah, that's a
It
little
I
much.
don't
sounds
know.
crazy. It sounds crazy, but that's literally for you to get to for you to make a transformation, you have to be a little bit obsessed. And this,
Mm,
Yeah.
you hear Michael Jordan's story and all this other people's story and
facts.
Kobe Bryant and the shit that they do, and to the point where people hated him. Like Jordan was hated to a very large extent because his methods to success were crazy.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's like, okay, you're either gonna stink or you're gonna work out because you're not gonna take a shower if you haven't earned it.
So what you did was you made yourself
Oh
uncomfortable
man,
so that if
oh
you
man,
need the comfort, you got to do the work.
got to do the comfort, and it's like you've earned.
Wow.
I had to earn my
Earn
shower.
it. Yep.
I had to earn
Yep.
putting my clothes in the laundry. I had to earn
Wow.
I gave myself a minimum amount of calories to burn in the gym.
that too.
So mine was like, if I didn't do 1,000 calories, I'm not leaving. Or and if my shirt, so Moya used to complain so much that I sweat a lot. I'm like, I had
Nah,
goals,
she
so
used
I would
to.
sweat my shirt out. I would burn 1,000 calories. I'm like, let's go.
And then you start to figure out.
She made me work out for 2.5 hours. I was like, what the hell? Let's go
You start to
home.
figure out like the fastest way to get to those calories, the workouts that help you burn
Hmm.
more. Starting with cardio and then going into weights, for example, is one way to burn a lot more calories. But yeah, just so I just want to share those techniques because it sounds crazy every time
Yeah.
I bring it up.
But it's facts,
But it's
though.
facts.
But
Yeah.
you were asking that do I have issues with clients not wanting to do stuff?
Yeah. Do you notice it? Do you notice when a client comes and it's like, oh, they'll
Oh,
pay for
hands
it, but
down.
then it's like you always have to like motivate them or
Happens
like.
all the time. Happens all the time. I feel like there's a couple types of clients, but just like you were saying, you stood out with your trainer. You quickly see who's going to stand out because the people who get the best results are the ones who do like a little extra on their own, right? Because the trainer, how many times a week do you see your trainer?
I see him. So I pay for 4 times a week, but I see him 5 to 6 times a day,
See
a
5 6
week.
times a week because you're still in that phase where you're super
Mhm.
excited, like you're seeing the pounds coming off. It's going off, but realistically, it's kind of hard to go to a trainer 6 times a week. So you definitely see people who I'll see 3 times a week, but on their own, they're hitting me up saying, "Hey, I did this by myself. I
Yeah.
went running 4 miles today." I'll be like, "Whoa!" And then the more that they do stuff, they're calling you. I have a client, Wendy. she'll be like, I'll tell her to do a workout, and she'll be like, should we add this? And I'm like, you crazy motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, so I send him things. I'm like, yo, Wilson, we need to start doing this.
yeah, start
And
sending me
Wow,
shit.
that must be
yeah.
exciting. Like you
Yeah.
got,
So like
yeah.
you unconsciously build a relationship with your trainer to the point that like you're not like I don't need to look for Wilson. Wilson is the one looking for me. He's coming to me with excitement saying, okay, Modipa, you need to do this. Have you done this? You know, that
There
kind
has
of
to be
thing.
like favoritism with like when you have clients that like are excited to work out. I'm sure it boosts. Does it boost your
Morale.
yeah, like excitement too? Like it's almost like as if you're thinking about them because you know they want it. You know.
Man, you know what's crazy, man? I was talking to someone yesterday, and I was like, man, I wish I could just target my audience, my clients, to where it's just clients who are ready to go.
Yeah, yeah.
And like those are my obviously I'll say favorite. No, I won't say favorite clients, but the easiest clients to work with. You just tell them to do something, they just do it. They're not complaining. And then you have the clients who obviously you have to kind of motivate a little bit more. It's strange sometimes. I could be talking to somebody. We're going back and forth about the plan. They're telling me they're excited. We're doing phone calls, conversations, everything. The moment they make a payment and the plan starts, they go ghost.
Oh wow.
Almost like, and then they start like avoiding me, and I'm like, yo,
I don't lie,
You know,
Sean. Guilty.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when you think about it, it's like sometimes when you think about the pain that you're gonna go through, the amount of exertion, it's like it can be daunting, and like, damn, do I want to? There's certain times in the morning when I'm like, yeah, do I want to go? But because so luckily, you're right. Luckily, because I work in a group too, I kind of built like Wilson kind of built like a small community of his clients, which has helped in terms of my motivation because I know that okay, if one person doesn't show up for a couple of days, not just the trainer, but members of the his community actually reach out to you and like, oh, Modipa, are you okay? Is
Oh, that's
everything
nice. That's like
okay?
a nice
Like I haven't
community.
seen you in the gym a couple of days. How's everything going? So that actually motivates because you're building a relationship with other people aside from your trainer. So it gives you more to look forward
Yeah.
to in the
There's
gym.
something Atari does here in Houston, which is
Mhm.
like the boot camp
The boot camp
classes.
thing,
I
yeah.
remember when I first came, it was the same thing. Like I was like, oh, I go to the gym, but like sometimes it's boring. And I was like, just wanted to be with a community of people that work out. Someone actually recommended it, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I remember I've seen him, with a bunch of friends before. So then I came to the class. I think I hit you up, and then I came, and it was like that. It was like I could tell that like everybody kind of knew each other through the boot camp
Yeah.
classes, and then
Hmm.
everyone's motivating. He has like a team, and they're all like, "You could do it if you're slow. They'll come jog right
Yeah.
next to you." Actually,
Yeah.
really like you should definitely try before you leave. I really, really liked it. I just fell off, but I really
I hope you get to continue
no.
though. Now that we're
I
having this
definitely will now that
conversation.
I feel
I mean, hey,
healthier.
you can come to stay up. Can both come this Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah. Well,
will.
I can't work out, but
You
she
come and
can.
Oh well,
people
yeah,
watch with
true.
me.
Hmm?
You come and cheer
I'll
me.
cheer you on.
My
But it's
personal
really nice. And
cheerleader.
then the cool thing about it is that he also brings like snacks and like
Fruits, yeah.
fruits and like water. So it's almost like everyone just it's really cute. Like I
Thank
thought
you.
it was really nice, but very, very effective because you do hills, you do running, you do cardio, you do like what's those things where you do like burpees. Da, da,
Yeah,
da. Like it's
yeah,
such an
yeah,
intense
yeah,
class.
yeah.
Like you leave sweating.
Yep,
That's
yep.
You leave
amazing
sweating.
because after such a like you're dealing with work, you're dealing with life, like you realize that the gymming is physically tasking, but mentally the connect it's like mentally relaxing because you're having light conversations. You're able to wear yourself out and focus. I mean, there are times in the gym everybody pops in their headphones. I mean, people be trying to have conversations and everything, but I still pop in my headphones and use it to meditate
While you're like just
while I'm at
focus
the gym.
in.
Yeah.
Mm.
And like right before I left, like so like a bunch of the ladies in the gym too. There's this morning so the morning prayers that I usually do, a bunch of them also do it. So everybody has their headphones in and are listening to it while they are working out and they're meditating. Or we're talking to each other while we're working out and we're doing the workout. So we're tag teaming with each other. So that even
Yeah.
Nice.
drives the engagement.
Yeah, one of my biggest issues with working out is just being bored. Like sometimes I'll have my Monday leg day, Tuesday upper body, but by the time I start doing it, I don't know, I just get bored. Like so I thought maybe it's because I like more group classes than individual classes, but then you never really see group classes that do like upper body strength, lower body strength. But I don't know. Do they have it
Sometimes
at
they do.
gyms? Oh, my gym doesn't
Sometimes
have
they do.
that.
They have different days, different workouts, and different emphasis on
Yeah.
different days. Um,
So I wanted to also touch on, oh, there was something I wanted to ask you that you didn't answer. So as a, being a personal trainer, do you like, I know you probably have routines, right? Like morning routine. Do you work out on your own, or do you just wait till you work out with clients
I
to
don't work out
actually
with
work?
clients.
Oh, you don't?
No,
I
they
can't work
don't.
out with the
You
clients.
Oh, so when you're
can't.
doing like, okay, let's do 6 push-ups together. No?
That's not me working
They
out.
don't.
I
So
don't.
Oh, so you work out on your
We do
own.
that at the boot
yeah.
camp sometimes. Yeah, we do that at boot camp. But
Yeah, because I was
when
gonna say during boot camp, you guys go in as
during boot
well.
camp, yeah, yeah. But even during boot camp, we have to make sure that at least one or two of us is watching y'all
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
can't effectively work out and train you.
Train.
I
Yeah.
can't.
Because I know like some of you will be like, oh, you worked out early before coming to the boot camp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That means we went to the gym and worked out somewhere and then got there.
So what's your routine like? Do you wake up in the morning, do your gym stuff, or do you go like after your day's over
Depends. It
with
depends. It
training?
depends. I like to
What's your favorite?
uh, favorite. The most optimal will be to do it before you do anything else.
In the morning.
It reduces your excuses. You never know how your day is gonna go. You never know how what BS you're gonna do with that day is gonna make you feel like crap. It's very
Mm-hmm.
mental, so I like to do it in the morning. But funny enough, this morning I had a client who I kind of worked out with. Like I was actually doing the movements with him. I was doing some knee rehab for my knee as well. But I'm going to actually work out after this, which is what I have to do after this.
Yeah,
Wow.
you guys are. I think you guys are like crazy because there are times where you're right. You work out with clients because you're
Yep.
demonstrating, and you're basically your client's cheerleader, right?
Yeah.
And you have to do some workouts with them, and then you now go and do yours, and
Yep. Yep. It's,
your workouts are like extra intense.
and when I have like classes, group classes, that's when I burn the most daily calories. And I love when my clients be like, "Well, you do it. You can't do this." I'm like, "Oh, for real?"
Okay.
Love that motivation, man. People don't know. Like that's my favorite kind of motivation. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna work out with y'all today since y'all want
Yeah.
to talk shit about me. So yeah, but I did notice that when I did have a gym and I was seeing clients every day, I'm not gonna lie, that was probably one of my most unfit times of my life since I started working out because it's pretty hard, I would say, to see clients throughout the day. If you know a trainer who sees clients throughout the day, he
Hmm.
still works out himself every day, like that trainer is doing something, like he's a shit. Tell him like good shit.
Oh
Tell him that
Yeah.
when
wow.
you see him because it really, imagine watching people work out all day and then having to work out after all that.
It's
Hell no.
exhausting.
It's like being at work and then
Coming home
after
to
work you sit down. Let me spend 10 more minutes here and do the rest of my work for tomorrow morning
yeah.
so I'm ahead of the game. No, you want to go straight home. Like nobody wants to do that. But if you're able to do it before all that, it helps too. Which means you have to work out like at 4:30 a.m. You might have a
Hmm.
6 a.m. client. You might have a so yeah. Kudos to those trainers who are working out and seeing clients all day. It's really dope.
Yeah, let's talk about fluctuation of weight, right? Anything can cause it. It could be busy at work, life's injury, things of that sort, right? I have this mentality that I used to have that was terrible, where like I say like our parents, a lot of them were skinny when they were younger, and as they got older, now they've put on weight. So there's this thing of like, well, to be fair, also you never really saw Nigerian parents with the kind of healthy lifestyle that we have now, right? I don't think I ever saw my mom or my auntie say, "Oh, let's go to the gym, let's go for
Hmm.
Pilates." You know what I mean? Like they never
Yeah.
really worked out. So at some point, I used to have this mentality that maybe we're all destined to get bigger
As-
eventually, right?
I
But
agree.
then now that I like when my weight, when I gained a lot of weight and I was like, oh my god, I'm big. Like I was so uncomfortable that like I think I ended up losing like 12, 13 pounds just to like bring myself back down because I was like, oh shit, this cannot be me. This can't be my future. So like just really curious, like how do you guys deal with like weight fluctuations? Because you guys did such great work to like 70 pounds, 100 pounds. I'm sure even with that, you probably stopped like the carbs thing or you stopped certain things that you did. Was there that fluctuation, or how do you stop yourself from gaining all that weight back?
Mm. So remember when I told you when we were having that conversation with Deomi, and I was like, and she was asking me what I did to lose weight, and I said sleep. So Wilson would send me home to go and literally he'll give me the weekend off, and he'll be like, okay, so he had a habit of like he'll look at me and squeeze my muscles to make sure to see how fast they're developing, and when he notices I'm bloated or I'm gaining water weight, he'll give me time off. And then he will now make recommendations on what to eat if he'll ask me my diet if I'm eating. I mean, God knows I'm not eating as healthy as I should be, which has always been our major problem. But he would, so I'll change my diet to what I'm supposed to be eating for that duration of time till when I see the weight loss, and then I now go back to the gym and then continue my workouts.
Fluctuations for me happen actually a lot, and since I had my knee injury, I've gained a good amount of weight, maybe like 20 plus pounds.
Sheesh.
Yeah, 20 plus pounds. But
Is that taking a toll on you
it
mentally?
it does, because I don't think I've gained this much weight in a while. But typically it's very easy for me to gain and lose like 10 pounds. And sometimes I gain weight on purpose just to motivate myself again to lose it, because I've been working out for like 10 years, 10 years. So sometimes it's like, it's just like, oh, let me just gain a little bit. And then I do that thing again where I look in the mirror, start to look at myself and be like, I hope you're seeing this. Like you need to come off this
Be
weight.
like, I'm in my fix season.
Yeah. So sometimes I'll literally gain that weight on purpose just to motivate myself
and then you just work
to
it out.
come off it again. And
Wow.
then yeah, fluctuations happen. I mean, sometimes you're bulking, you might want to put on some size. But I try to do everything to stay lean. I try to not go too long without working out and following a diet plan. So when fluctuations happen, you just have to. After you've been working out for a while, you know how to
Get
right back to it.
to it. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
I wanted to ask you. So for me, when I was losing weight, especially like there was a time where I did hit a plateau and then I just dropped, and then my weight wasn't moving, but I was losing mad inches because I was doing a lot more weight. Um, it took a while. Even there's still moments now where I'm not fully adjusted to what my body looks like. It's like so like it's like understanding my body all over again, like learning about my body all over again, especially like now I'm more conscious of what to eat and what not to eat, how it affects my body and whatnot. How did that affect you when you lost your first 100 pounds? And like, what's
How did it affect me? Like, what do you mean?
like how like what was the experience for you? Like, because for me, like I've had so much conversations with her, like I don't even understand. Like I thought I was a size. Like I came here. I told her I was like, I thought I was a size. I was ordering clothes, and I was like, oh, I thought I was a size 14, but I tried the clothes. And I'm
like the struggles of weight loss and like how you deal with it mentally. Because I think what she's saying is like sometimes you lose a lot of weight, right? But sometimes you in your head you still think you're as big as you used to be. Like she was here
Body
ordering
dysmorphia.
she was ordering XL, and when all the XL she bought all too big for her. Like so she's even smaller than her IC that she
It
is.
took me a while.
And sometimes it's sorry, one last thing. And sometimes it could be like loose skin, right?
Yeah.
You're getting so much loose skin, there might be some discomfort, like, oh my God, like why do I have what do I do? How do I lose this? You lost a lot of like loose skin too, and I don't think you did surgery. So like give us some
You
input.
don't think?
I don't think you did because I don't see no marks. But
You're not sure.
I'm not sure. Tell us. If that's your secret, tell us too, so that we'll know not
That's
to stress ourselves in the
crazy.
gym.
Jesus. She threw that like I don't think, but yeah.
Because that's how you be like, well, I got a BBL, whatever they call that.
Yeah,
I
right.
did a tummy tuck. I don't know.
Yeah.
But not like so. There's that discomfort that comes
Yeah.
with losing weight or struggles rather.
It's hard to believe it sometimes. It's hard to believe. It was hard to believe for a while that my waist went from 44 to 34.
Sheesh.
Like imagine losing 10 dress sizes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And for the longest time, my clothes were just bigger. I would still go and buy 36. I'm like, there's no way I'm at 34. Like, even one time I fit at 32, I was like, what's happening? I was like, nah. I was like, nah, I gotta gain some weight
Like,
because I feel like this is not gonna last.
Am I too skinny now?
Like, I feel like this is not gonna last. So
wow.
it definitely took me a while to get used to it. But I would say, though, I'm not gonna lie, like, I was ready for it. When people say you have to believe something before, you have to see it before, and believe it before it happens, that didn't make sense to me until this fit.
I used to do it. She used to buy a
Moyo
smaller
like,
size than an actual size.
Yes.
I
Like
didn't-
I will hang it up there, and then once I get there,
I
I'll
didn't
wear
believe it until I got through this weight loss thing, and I'll just have like epiphanies sometimes, just like reminiscing in the past, and I always remember that in my mind, I never saw myself as this fat, chubby guy.
Yeah.
I just never did. It
Confidence on
I saw
1,000.
matter what you
I saw
said.
myself as slim thick. Now I'm
It didn't matter what you said.
I'm skinny thick.
Now, don't get me wrong. I had my whenever I was feeling like a little let's say depressed about my weight or whatever. I did that in private. I never let anyone see that it was stressing
Yeah.
me, and I was just telling myself it's self talk. You got to come off this way.
Wow.
Like once you come off this way, no, there's no fat jokes anymore. Like me and my frat brothers, I always talk joke about my frat brothers how they motivated me to lose weight because we did this thing. It's called firing each other up, or like I'll fire you up. And every time it came to me, it was easy to fire me up because fat jokes you can go for ever.
Hours.
And
Yeah.
even if half the shit stuff you're saying is not even true, it takes you 2 hours to walk around the TV or something like that, but that's not
That's
true,
not- of
right? But
course.
it's funny. And so to me, I was just like, it helped me because it helped me come up with real good jokes. Because now I had to be real creative and say something about your eyes or your nose or the way you look or your skinny. Like I'd be real creative and come back to you. But two, I told myself, I always remind my frat brothers about one day when we're in the room all together, they were firing me up. They were going in, and they were like, and I was like, so what's gonna happen when I lose this weight? Like, what are y'all going like?
What's
Do
next?
you realize that y'all can't say shit about
Shit
me
about you
because I
again.
lose this weight? They were like, damn, bro, you right. And then they went like, it was like, damn, bro, you right. And then it was like, but until then, you better get your fat. And they just kept going. Until then, we're gonna keep going in on your ass. I was like, damn.
Cold-blooded.
And so I always had that thing behind in the back of my head, like, this is not you. And there's something else that's waiting there. But I already saw myself as it. So in a sense, I was ready. Like as soon as I was in that body. Like I've had it all my life. Like I quickly forgot about.
It must be a Capricorn thing.
Maybe it
because
is.
both of you, because she be acting like she be skinny her whole life.
Sometimes I even forget. Like sometimes when people are like, oh my god, sorry you lost weight. I'm like, oh I did. I'm like, oh yeah. I don't. Let's not even talk about that. Like I don't even want to. I mean, so in a sense, I was kind of ready for it, but it did take me a while to adjust to like the different clothing sizes, the different attention I was getting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How was
women,
that?
from guys too.
Yeah.
And just generally, just people. Oh yeah, of course.
You guys are like preaching the same songs literally because she did the same thing.
And it's hard adjusting to it. Like, does this person like? Oh, the craziest ones was like girls that I knew like before. And you'll see me again, like I'm a different, like I realize I'm the same person. Right?
Hey,
like,
Tyree. Before they were like, hey, yo, what's up?
What's up?
Now it's hey.
So it took a while adjusting to that because mentally, sometimes you're still in that old body.
Yeah.
You're still not
Mhm.
used to it. So it's almost like you have to like put on a front, like, oh yeah, like
Yeah.
I know I'm fly, I know I look good, blah blah. When really you're just now getting used to it.
Yeah.
So it definitely took a while to get it.
Yeah, it's funny because I even have the issue with like when I'm shopping online. It's almost like I'm so nervous to get new things, like new styles, because I'm
yeah.
like, oh my god, my pop belly, oh my god, my this, my hips, my
Yeah.
that.
So I mean,
But mind you, I've lost weight, and I should be like, nah, let me wear my crop tops and feel good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that happens too.
that definitely did happen. But I think for me, like I was like, if this is what I want to wear, if I'm skinny, I'll still wear it. I might as well just own it now, see what it looks like now, and I just keep looking better and better in it. The more weight I lose.
Do you feel like have you gotten more male attention since you lost weight?
Definitely. I mean, even like from people that I thought were friends, suddenly that did shift
Now we're
a
doing
little
home
bit.
girl. That's
I'm
my
like,
home
let's
girl.
do home girl, that did shift. I'm like, okay. And then, but I mean, it's standard, it's life now.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Let's dive into like beauty standards. So back in the day, right, skinny was in style, right? So like really, really skinny model looking women. And I think back then a lot of people used to do more cardio, right? All they did, if you notice, a lot of women, oh, we're going for walks. Oh, we're
Yeah.
going running. Like it was always running walks. But now that thick is in, like thick is in session. Like you notice a lot of more people doing weights, like lifting and trying to build muscle to build like the glutes, the butts, the abs,
Yeah.
Is that for you as a guy? Do you think that is like that kind of body is more attractive than like skinny, bony, thin?
I mean, it's changed. I was talking about this recently with somebody. It's really changed. Like back in the day, like you were saying, like if you look at like Playboy models, they're all skinny. Like
Mm-hmm.
back, like think about like Halle Berry, Julia Roberts. You know, Julia Roberts played Pretty Woman,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Pretty Woman was like the thing, right? And
Yeah.
she's slim and no nothing poking out,
Mm-hmm.
just perky little perky titties and a
Yeah.
slim
He
butt.
said perky
That.
Actually, I think even back then, a big butt. Well, you know, back then, like even like a big butt was kind of looked down upon almost to
Yeah, it
a
was
Yeah.
almost like
sense.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Hmm.
And so it started changing after a while. I think after like the Kim Kardashian them
Era,
phase,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
when they
Mm-hmm.
started getting everything, and the Black Chinas and all those people, and then it started becoming more of like an ass, the booty thing, and the
Mm-hmm.
thick thing,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which came about recently. Me personally, I don't necessarily have like a preference. A lot of times I
It's like
always,
all can go.
yeah, I ain't got no type.
It's the
I ain't got
personality.
no time.
What do you look at?
Bad
The
bitches is the
personality?
only
Yeah,
thing
personality.
that I like.
Traditionally, I've always been more attracted to like taller girls, athletic, not necessarily like athletic build,
Like fit.
but you're into like athletic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Traditionally, but yeah, not nothing specific like like that. I like that. I'm kind of open to.
To that too.
Mhm.
Even for me, I think I see women that are more built as sexy than I see skinny as sexy.
Yeah, you can't really change your gene or your what your body looks like. I mean, today you can, thanks to BBL and
Not
all
even that,
that.
just also depending on the exercise you do. If you run a lot
Yeah,
of cardio, you're going to be skinny. Like
yeah.
you're not
So
gonna have muscles, you're not gonna have like the thickness, like that thickness that's sexy in my eyes anyway.
yeah,
You won't have that if you do cardio only.
yeah. So I personally have enjoyed being thick. I always believe in thickness. Thickness saves lives. I mean, I'd rather land on meat than rocks or bricks, so or bones. But yeah, we're good.
Yeah, yeah. Thickness is always appreciated for sure. It's always appreciated.
Do you think physical health and mental health go hand in hand? Like, let me give an example. So you do all this workout, but in all total, you need to have that like mental space of confidence. You have to have like managing your self-esteem. Do you think you need that in order to be able to build that physicalness? Let me give an example, right? So like I could go to the gym, but then I'm not really motivated, right? Like I go just because I'm supposed to go. I don't want to be fat, whatever, right? But I end up not doing anything at the gym. Like I'm not sweating, coming out with sweating shirts or whatever. But I think there's that mentalness that comes in, right? Where it's like, okay, if you want to feel like I'm here complaining, I have a pot belly, I have this, I have that. But if you want, like, you need that mental stimulation where it's like, you know what, I want to have a six pack. I want to lose body fat. And that's what drives you to be able to be physical at the gym, like really go in. Do you think that's how it works? Or do you think it's more of just energy? Like, you just go in and put in your work and then that's it. I'm saying it to both of you because you both work out more than I do.
Absolutely, I think both of them go hand in hand. Primarily because for years I've been saying I want to lose weight. Everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, lose weight," and I'll tell you, I'm planning on losing weight, or yeah, I'm going to the gym and doing whatever I need to do, right? But really and truly, you won't really start making results till you're mentally ready and to commit yourself to the gym. They tell you that the first steps to go to the gym is to even to wake up and wear your gym clothes to go. Nah, you could do all that for all you go and still not do anything at the
I
gym.
do. I do.
Exactly. So it's like if you're ready to commit to the fact that this you want to go on this journey, I gave myself baby steps and says, okay, I want to lose 20 pounds. So I broke mine into quarters. I was like, I wanted to lose a certain amount of pounds every quarter. And I worked towards that goal because I realized for me, if I put everything, it seems so much that
Hmm.
I'm like, damn, how am I gonna achieve
That's
this?
why I never last
So I
1 week
just so I
because
just
I'm
broke
just
it
like,
up.
it's too far.
Yeah. So I just broke it up and started giving myself, I said, okay, the month of from January to March, I want to lose 10, 15 kg. And that's about 20, 30 pounds, about 30 pounds thereabout. And that worked consistently for me. So I was just, and then I did not, I realized that I stopped looking at the scale more and started measuring myself more.
Mm.
So because the more I was looking at the scale, my weight was fluctuating. It was affecting my kidney. I'll now go to the gym and go hard, but instead of like going extra hard because there's only so much you can actually do in the gym, right? I just started measuring myself more and just started enjoying myself more.
So with measuring, you actually see it decreasing versus fluctuation of a skill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard that before
Yeah.
actually. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with my
That's why I bought a
skill.
measuring tape. That's why I
That's
bought
what
a
you
measuring
did
tape this
actually.
trip. So I bought a measuring tape. I was like, last class, if I'm not gonna lose weight, at least I'm gonna maintain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and also you didn't tell us the secret on losing.
100 pounds.
No. Secret of losing loose skin.
Blue skin.
Luskin, yeah. Please tell me.
Was
Tell me.
the
Tell
mental, as
me.
far as the mental thing, definitely I think physical fitness is a piece to the whole puzzle. I think that it. I have a client. I have a client, Stuart, who he the way he put it was like working out is like a you know how to say win the day, and it's about little wins and adding up
Mhm.
little wins. Working out is a win that you can quickly get.
Yes.
Like it's something you can do and it's counted as a win immediately, and it's not really that. It's not complicated at all when you think about it. There's a saying that goes, "It's not simple. It's not easy, but it's simple." Like think about it. You can go run and just all you're doing is putting one foot in front of the other.
Technically, that is
Essentially,
running.
and do that for a good amount of time,
Yeah.
and you've achieved so much just by
Wow, that's an amazing mindset to have.
as opposed to trying to go make $1 million, like having to manipulate through strategies in this company and do this and do that. That thing takes a lot more mental capacity and actually thinking about it. This one you can literally be just running
Yeah.
from somebody and you're
Mhm.
burning calories. And so it's an easy win that you can get through the day. And when you win, it makes you feel better. Right. So that's where I think it comes in as a piece to the puzzle. Even if you're mentally going through something, it it could stop you from going to the gym because you're thinking about it. But I always say, like, whatever you're thinking about, you can think about it on the treadmill. Whatever you're thinking about, you can think about it. And it makes you put life into perspective. Because if I have to lift this 200-pound weight 20 times, that's hard.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot to do. It's harder than a lot of things you might do in life. So it puts into perspective, like, if I can get through this,
It clears your head, literally.
it literally clears your head. It's the most amazing, the most free therapy
Wow.
that
It really
you
is.
can find. I mean, I say that I've struggled in all my years of being able to like actually meditate because I'm so restless. The
Me
only time
too.
I feel like I actually meditate is
It's the gym.
when I go run
At the
or
gym.
at the
Wow.
gym. Especially when I go run like 10 miles. I run
So-
from my house and I run through to Memorial, and between if you run 10 miles, it takes like 2 hours or less. Do you know how much time you have to yourself, to your thoughts? You're going through the good, the bad, the ugly, the good
Wow.
things you've done, the bad things you've done.
Yes.
And you have time to actually converse with yourself
Wow.
and talk to yourself. That's one of the only times I actually feel like I meditate, speaking of mental health.
Yeah.
And it's just so therapeutic. And then the shower after, I don't think it's I think it's very underrated, that feeling of working out,
Yep.
taking a shower and then just chilling and having a meal,
That
watching
feel
TV,
good.
smoking a
Relax.
Feel
I
blunt.
swear
good,
to
yeah.
God.
Something
Even the
like-
soreness, even going through the
Oh
soreness.
my goodness. Like it just gives you so much of an accomplished feeling
Wow.
Exactly.
that it's like, what else? There's some memes that it says it shows people just like sitting down being bored, and it was like me not knowing what to do with the rest of my day after I work out, because you feel like you've done what you need to do for that
For the
For
day.
that
day.
day.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like, what else is
wow.
there to do?
Yeah.
Because I've done the hardest thing I'm gonna do, which is why it's important to try to do it in the morning.
Yeah.
Because if you do it in the morning, the rest of the day can come.
Wow.
That's probably the hardest thing you're gonna do that day. Your job, you've been there a while, you know what to do.
To do. Yeah.
My boy Trey, who did a fitness show, he would wake up at 5 a.m., do his cardio, go to work. As soon as he get off work, go work out and cardio again. Cardio twice a day, weights once a day. When he was at work and he used to see people like stressing, he used to laugh at them like, "What are you stressing about? Like, this is not even you. You don't even own this business. Why are you
It's
stressing?
not your papa's business.
Like, you know what I've done this morning already? I already ran 4 or 5 miles, and this work is just so it just really puts things into perspective.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I totally agree with that.
That's amazing. Like that's actually a great perspective. Wow.
It really does. Like if I have fitness, I feel like I have something.
Yeah.
If I'm going through whatever, the world is knocking me down, and I can still go out and run or lift weights, do something to make myself sweat, release these endorphins, and
Mm-hmm.
get my joints feeling better. When I go up the stairs, I feel better. It's one thing that you can
It's a
do
win.
that you have control of.
Wow, you just gingered my spirit. Like in
Yeah.
my mind,
No,
I'm
but
like,
really and truly, that's what it
yo,
is,
like
though.
I wanna like
Yeah.
go out
It's
and
a
try this
win.
because I struggle a lot in the gym with just that. I guess I don't have the mentalness when I go to the gym because I'll be bored or I'm like, but if I zone in and really just start
Yeah.
reflecting and thinking and just like taking the stress of like even work, just like, you know what, let
Yeah.
me
So even like
one second, like even just thinking like what you said with the weights thing, right? Like grabbing those weights and saying, if I can do this weight, what problem in this world can I not do? And then you're
exactly.
lifting it, you're feeling stronger mentally and physically. Yo, it's
Yeah.
over.
And
I'm
before
about to
you
be
know it, there are
ripped.
even certain times while you're working
100%.
out, and because you know the kind of work you have left or what you need to do on your
Yeah.
or your to-do list, you begin tackling it
Ah,
mentally.
telling you.
Like you realize that you will process your work challenges faster in the gym
Yeah.
than when you're doing it at home or behind the
And
desk.
you hear people say that too, like, oh, I was really stressed at work. I went to work out. I broke up with an ex. I was depressed. I went to work out. I had anxiety. I went to work out. So it's so
Yeah.
that means fitness is very,
It's a piece to the
very
puzzle.
it's the piece to the
Major piece,
puzzle.
major
And
one.
it's not just physical, it's also mental, you
Mental,
know.
Oh my god, I
yes.
saw something on Instagram yesterday. It said your body is your I'm paraphrasing, but it says your body is your personal resume. It tells people about how much
Mm,
you respect yourself. When I
Wow.
read that, I was like,
Facts.
yo, credit to whoever said that. I can't think about it right now. But when I read that, it even made me think again because I gained weight recently. It's like, whoa. It's like it made me think like no matter what it is that you do, you could be CEO of anywhere, could be a doctor, a millionaire, billionaire. People see you and your body doesn't look away. They
they
they,
already
they
have an
immediately have
It's
an
impression.
true.
impression of you.
100%. If you look at it, even like if you look at Obama, right? He just looks very well put
You see
together,
him playing
looks nice,
basketball
looks
and
neat. So everybody, you just get this love for him. But
plus
then
he's
when you
smart.
look at, and he's
So
smart,
it's like it complete.
So
complete
you look good,
package.
people want to
But
listen
then
to
when
you.
you look at the former prime minister of
London,
London with the what's his name?
his crazy hair
With
and
the crazy the white guy.
Clearly, we don't
He
listen
I
just
to
don't I
looks
don't
he
politics
just
remember.
looks
enough.
very on he
We don't
looks
watch CNN
my
enough.
point is that he looks unkept, right? And then now when you hear all the things going on in the news about him, Boris something,
Right, right,
when you
right.
Boris
go
Johnson.
Johnson, yeah, when you look at the news now, you're seeing all these things. They're saying, oh, he was weak, he was in this,
Hmm.
and you're like, physical health. Look at how he looks. You could tell he wasn't doing a good job. So it's true.
Yeah.
I also do it too when I go to like this is where, but like just the way people carry themselves, the way their homes are, you can kind
Oh
of
yeah.
use that to gauge
Oh
is this
yeah.
person, you know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's also cool as well. Wow.
Oh
I
yeah.
think the last part for this, for like being healthy, will be like spiritual growth. So, sorry, spiritual growth. So, just curious, like, how do you define spiritual growth? Are you a Christian?
I am.
So, how do you define spiritual growth? And then, how do you maintain spiritual growth in all of that?
I'm not gonna lie, the gym has helped me focus spiritually. Like I tell you, when I tell you I started building my life around the gym, it's
But do
crazy.
you think it's more of your routine that helped you because then you wake up, you pray,
It
and then go to the
is.
gym? So it's more of
It
routine
is.
than the gym
Yes,
itself.
because it made me more consistent. So I wake up, I pray, I go to the gym. And then even if I don't pray before I go to the gym, I go to the
Nice.
gym and I pray.
Like
Nice.
listening and
Yeah, listening to a lecture, a Christian lecture, or even just meditating, saying my prayers, asking, because again, we had this discussion. I tell you, it's more than it's for me. It's my faith and my relationship that I'm focused on. So I'm able to build that relationship, and I realize that my focus has sharpened a lot working out. Like my head is clearer. So I'm more inclined. I'm like, okay, fitness check. Next thing on my list,
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
my
Yep. Yep.
faith and my
Yep. Yep. Yep.
spirituality next. Do you
mm-hmm,
understand?
mm-hmm.
So it's like the next part of my journey that I'm looking forward to. I've started going through it. I have started reading a lot more, and I'm being more intentional about it. So yes, I think it helps. They go all hand in hand.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Man, yeah, definitely. I think sometimes when I'm working out and I listen to like gospel music while working out, I'll be on the treadmill like for the run. I'll be on the
Hallelujah.
stairmaster. I'll be looking crazy.
Thank God for another day.
But I definitely always thank God for being able to work out, being able to still be physically able to work out. I always credit that to God. Always thank God. Matter of fact, when I finish a set of squats is like my hardest thing ever to do. Whenever I finish like a good set, I always go like thank God
Thank God for the knees.
because thank God for just giving me that body to be able to do this. I know that
Mm.
it's Him that's doing it. Like I know that it's
Yeah.
Him that's
Mm-hmm.
giving me that ability to, after 10 years, to still be able to do it. And my mom always worried about my back, my herniated disc, or my surgery I just had on my shoulder. I'm going through a bunch of stuff, but it just helps me to appreciate God even more for allowing me to be able to do it. And
Yeah.
I think that it's a testament to Him to keep putting myself in a position where I'm able to do it, never letting myself go too far off.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
not
Exactly.
not always representing, that way, and is giving Him a testament, saying it's because of you. Like you're giving me the ability to do it, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I noticed that like for me, my lifestyle just is so much better when I would wake up in the morning, listen to gospel while I'm getting ready, then do my prayers, read my Bible, then go to the gym, come back, shower, get ready for work. When I sit down, no, eat breakfast and then get ready for work. Like literally, that is my morning routine for work. And my days just are so much better. It's almost like before you even go to the gym, you have this mentality of, I mean, after praying, right? It's almost like God, I have this mentality of like, God has taken away my burdens. So like I'm going
Yes.
into this day with like just a happy, clean slate,
Facts.
just
You
going to
can
have
do
a good
anything.
day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like everything, it's also a positive mindset. I think Steve Harvey also said it that when you get up from the bed in the morning and you say, oh God, what a day. I'm already, you've already
You ruined your day.
attracted
Negativity.
negativity into your morning. That's why when you now get up now and things are happening, all you're noticing is
Yeah,
negativity.
snapping and
But when you
everything.
wake up in the morning and you say, God, today is going to be a blessed day, it's going to be an amazing day,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get up, you go to the bathroom, you're listening to your gospel, you're dancing, you're even listening to the words of the gospel music, like
Facts.
God is good, God saved me, like you're feeling blessed just because you woke up with that right mindset of either putting God first or like today's going to be a good day, God got you, and all
Mm-hmm.
of that. And I've noticed the big difference when it comes to that. So for me, like spiritual, physical, and mental kind of all tying together. I'm still working on that mental, like trying to get myself into like meditation. I can't meditate. So I'm going to try the gym thing because I think
Oh man.
that might be helpful because I'm also very restless when it comes to like
Yeah.
sitting down for 10 minutes is almost
It's
not
long.
possible for me.
Yeah.
So because that's when I'll start thinking, I have to go and do this video, I have to go and record, I need
Yeah.
to go and so I never really zone out and have this, blank mental space that you're supposed to have. But I think for me, all those three is what equals like mental, physical, mental, and spiritual. It doing those three actually equals to intentional living.
Indeed.
So you have to
Yes.
like literally putting the work for it to happen. It's not just going to happen.
Happen. Yes.
So it's like planning a morning routine that
Yes.
entails all three, making sure
Mhm.
your evening routine is also
Yeah.
calming
Yeah.
with those three in mind as well.
Yes.
Like whether stretching,
Yes.
if you've been sitting on your desk all day, right? Things like
Yeah.
that.
You and then you realize that like even I started out as being very nocturnal. And that's why sometimes when you call me at night and I'll be crashed out, I would have slept off. But like by 9, 10, I'm done for the
If you're
day.
waking
I
up at
shut
4 in the
down.
morning, bro, you
Yeah,
gotta be in bed by
I
9.
shut down for the day, and it helped me learn how to rest. We've had that conversation when when you're in bed and you're looking at your phone and you're scrolling through social media, you're scrolling through your emails, you're scrolling
Low
through that.
blow.
You, I'm gonna keep telling you that you don't sleep
Very
well
bad.
because the last thing you read or the last thing you see is the last thing you're going to bed with, and that can you're dreaming or you're not sleeping well, right? So I just shut down. I'm intentional about purposely shutting down like an hour or 30 minutes before I go to bed and not even looking at my phone, and I just literally crash.
Yeah. I
I'm
feel like
so
I have my morning routine down packed. It's that evening routine
You
I
need to
need
learn
to
how
I need
to
to do.
wind
Like
down.
once my alarm goes off
Winding
at
down
nine
is the
thirty for bed,
hardest.
that's when I'm like, all right. But then I go into bed, I start
I
editing, I start working on
Yeah.
things, then I don't sleep till like 1 or 2 in the
yeah,
morning.
sleep is definitely the X factor.
right? For
Sleep
healing.
for yeah, for
For
everything.
everything.
For everything, sleep is a major X factor.
Yeah.
And it's hard to prioritize it, but it's hard to feel the need to prioritize it
Yeah.
because we're so caught up on I'm wake up, I can do the because we still think we're in college sometimes, and we can still sleep and wake up. But I'm surprised you guys didn't ask me. Typically, when I'm interviewed by women, is how do you grow your glutes? I'm surprised. I'm surprised you guys.
Well, I got enough glutes for
That's what I
everybody.
mean. That's
You
what
know,
I mean.
you
I'm
know,
not even thinking
it's my
about that.
daily challenge. It's my daily conversation with Wilson. I'm like, with the trainer, I'm like, Wilson. So he's always asking me. He's like, have you taken your protein shake? I'm like, damn. So my problem is protein shake. I don't take enough
Yeah,
Does
protein.
protein
I
shake
think
make your butt grow bigger?
I think
Or
Your
well,
high
glutes?
general high
yeah.
protein. So the more
Muscles,
protein,
because you're
yeah,
building muscle back there as
yeah.
butt, right?
So I can tell you for the facts that my butt has grown smaller the past.
And noticeably,
Yeah,
You need to
I
do
give
you
you.
need to do
I need to
donkey
do
kicks.
donkey kicks, Bulgarian splits.
what
To
what
tell
I
you if
don't
I
what I've seen recently on Instagram and what I don't get is I see a lot of women trying to make quad dominant workouts to become a glute workout.
yeah,
Like squats.
Like
yeah,
squats.
Squats is
yeah.
literally this
Is
and
this
not your butt.
yeah,
And then they'll
yeah.
say, "Oh, bend over a little bit so that you can attack." I'm just like,
I'm like, nah.
why are you trying so hard to make a lunge a butt workout? There's so many butt workouts.
That you could
There's
do.
so many glute workouts. I just don't understand why they're forcing quad dominant workouts to become glute workouts. No
I
matter
think
what you do, a quad dominant workout is always going to be a quad dominant workout.
yeah.
A squat, a lunge is always going to be quad dominant. Then the deadlift, the RDLs, the pull throughs, the glute thrusts, those are enough for your glutes. I think
Oh really?
yeah, those are enough. There's so many of them.
I always thought deadlift
Sing
was upper body.
no,
No,
no, no,
it's like
no.
your
It's
back,
no
your
deadlifts is
hamstring.
primarily your hamstrings and your glutes.
Oh
It's
wow.
primarily your hamstring and glutes, but your glutes are connected to your back, your lower back. So
Mm,
working glutes is kind of like working
your
lower
back.
back as well. There's then you can do single leg. All those workouts I named, you can do single leg RDL, you can single leg glute thrust. You can do even like the Bulgarian split squat is one of the only quad dominant workouts that works the glutes as well. But the truth is, no matter how much you try to make a quad dominant workout, glute workout is always going to be a quad dominant workout. But all workouts have a primary muscle and a secondary muscle. So a squat primarily works the quads, but secondarily, it's going to work your glutes anyway. You don't have to bend forward or spread your legs wide or do some crazy stuff for it to
So
hit your glutes. It's always going to be the secondary muscle as opposed to a glute thrust or deadlift where the glute and your hamstrings are primary muscle and then everything else is secondary. So if women will just focus on that, I think it will be.
I also think one thing that people fail to realize is the value of having trainers, especially when you're just starting your fitness journey. um Hiring trainers are typically expensive, but if you look at it as an investment, and that's why I say that you can never really
you're
you're,
prepared and then
yeah,
get the
you have to be
trainer.
ready, like you have to be mentally ready to lose weight for you to say that this is what you want to do. For you to start your fitness journey, my best recommendation is to get a trainer that knows what he's doing. Those two combination will get you what you want to achieve, because if people see trainers and like they see that they're just spending money on you guys, they're just expensive and everything, but if you hire a trainer that knows that knows what he's doing, you're able to get what you're looking for, and that gets you on your fitness journey, so that by the time you get to, let's say, your goal weight, or you're halfway through your goal weight and you're saying, okay, we are moving, you don't want to invest in a trainer anymore, you kind of have an idea of what to do. Even your posture,
Yeah.
because people don't look at their posture and they're breaking their backs, they're hurting their backs, they're hurting something. That goes a long way. The minute you're doing squats wrongly, you hurt your knees, that's the end. So like that's my best advice. That's yeah.
So before we wrap up, first of all, oh well, while we wrap up, thank you, Atari, for joining us on
Thank
this podcast. This
you.
was so
Sure,
fun
sure.
and so interesting. Honestly, a lot of gems were dropped. Thank you for sharing it with us. And then also, just for people who are looking for personal trainers who want to start, where can they find you? Give us your info, your Instagram, your app, and everything else.
Atari, ATARHE. AtariFit.com. If you click on that and fill out a quick consultation, I'll give you a call personally and talk about
Is
your fitness
consultation
goals.
free?
The consultation is free, yeah.
Free consultation,
Free
y'all.
consultation.
Yeah, you can go to AtariFit.com and find me on there, and you can find me on Instagram at Atari. We're at Texas Fit Boot Camp every Saturday at Herman Park, which is in the Museum District in Houston, Texas.
Amazing.
Every third Saturday of the month, we're at Rare Breeds Gym, and that's an indoor workout with weights and more resistance. So yeah, we have it all. Whatever you're looking for, online apps, in person, one-on-one boot camps, meal plans. We have it all.
And your clientele is global.
Global, yep, everywhere from Nigeria to Dubai to London
Hey.
to Canada. Yeah, everywhere.
And you have some amazing before and after photos on your
Oh,
page
thank you.
that, you
check
can
it out.
definitely
Go
be
check it out.
inspired by. So thanks, guys. Any shout outs before we end this?
Shout out to my trainer Wilson.
Yeah,
Hey,
shout
shout out to Wilson. He's an
He
amazing
really
guy,
is.
actually.
He's doing amazing stuff. And shout out to my small workout community.
Shout out
Love
to
you
the
guys.
community.
Yes, sir.
Definitely looking forward to coming back and dying with you guys. But yeah, thank you very much.
And thanks to all our listeners. Thanks to people who follow us on Instagram, Life Be Lifing the podcast, and also people who listen to our podcast on Apple Music, no Apple Music, sorry,
Spotify.
Apple Podcast, Spotify, and all the YouTube. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to leave a review,
Comments,
comments,
feedback.
and anything else that you have for us. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Bye.